this works. Hopefully. Hey guys, how are you? I'm waiting for you guys to come on. It seems like there's been some issue with the Zoom link, and I'm seeing that um, there was not a Zoom link on this page. The young woman who has been in charge of this made a mistake and didn't know how to put the Zoom link on. She's new and she apparently didn't put it on right. So I just want to see if you guys are around. I'm going to send this video out to see if you guys can come on to a Zoom meeting with me tonight. It was supposed to start at 7. And I was sitting here on the video and no one was coming on. So I went to look on and I noticed that I couldn't find a Zoom link. So I don't know what happened, but I think Abby made a mistake. Oh, there's one. There we go. So maybe I won't be doing that. There's one. There she is. Hi, Tammy. I'm trying. Hi, Tam. I'm trying to get everybody onto this Zoom. Somehow, Abby, I don't know if you know, Abby has taken over Danielle's job. Danielle does. So I'm trying to get everybody onto here. I don't know what happened, but just hold on. These poor girls.
I didn't know I was on mute. I did hear everything you said. I was laughing because I'm like, oh, this is such a pain for you.
No, I really just, I mean, this should just be so simple, but she's new. So I'm thinking, wait, let me just put this, I'm going to put another Zoom link on here. Zoom, let's do this. Live Zoom call, discipline.
So I was talking to Lisa, so I'll tell her that the link's on there and see if she can find it.
She actually did come on,
Oh,
but
okay.
then I was trying to message everyone else, so I didn't turn it on yet. So she left, I guess.
Okay.
But you know what I think happened? Wait, let me come back to you. I have 2 links on there now. Oops, somebody messaged me. Let's see who it is. Who is that? I can't make tomorrow because I have a mom's group at your office. Wait, no,
It did
no.
say, December 8th on there because I was off too because I'm like, okay, it's tomorrow. It said December 8th.
I see that the girl who did this made a lot of mistakes. Damn it. Yeah, she put it in as the 8th and it's not. It's supposed to be tonight.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because I was looking, and then I saw December 8th and I turned it down. I'm like, all right, it's tomorrow.
Oh,
And then
goodness. I wonder
Lisa,
what I should do. Now everybody thinks it's tomorrow.
it did say
I
that.
should probably do. Oh my God. Hmm. Wait. Did I put the wrong? Did I just put the wrong date on there? I better not have. Oh my God. What the fuck? No, I didn't. I put it on the 7th.
I'll
Fudge.
find it.
I'm gonna
It
cry now. Wait a minute. No, it
no,
must be me. No, I'm not really gonna cry. I swear. I'm really not that upset.
I cry enough for both of us.
No,
Don't
no,
worry.
no. I just want everybody to be able to get on here.
So this is
Oh
what
my
it says:
goodness.
live Zoom call tomorrow, December 8th,
That's because I must have just done that.
and it was
It
posted.
is
I don't know what.
now. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. All right. No, it says the
Yeah.
8th. It shouldn't say the 8th. You know why? But I know why it says the 8th. Oh my God, because it's a 7 p.m. thing. I gotta say it's now. Shit. All right.
I
That's
can't tell
why.
you.
That's why it wouldn't show it. That's why it wouldn't do it. I got it now. Shoot. Post. That's why it keeps going to the 8th.
I see what
No.
you're saying because it's
Yep,
already
yep,
passed.
yep. That's no. It was, yeah. All right. I get it now. Jeez, my goodness. So is the original one on the 8th? No, because there was none on there because she didn't put it on there.
The
Somehow
original
it
was
was
supposed to be
not.
the 6th, and then you said we're going to have it on the 7th. A couple days ago, it said that. But when you put the Zoom link up, it said tomorrow, December 8th. And I saw it. I shut it down. I just figured it was done. I wouldn't have went back on, but then Lisa asked me a question, and then I went back on, and then I saw it again.
What is she? Oh, she put month 8, week 4. That's wrong too. okay. Okay, let's get this straight, ladies. Let me fix this. She's new, and quite honestly, she's fantastic at everything
I'm
she does.
sure she
Oh,
is.
you have no idea. Like, I would never. She's probably dying right now that she made a mistake, but she is so good. Let me get rid of this. No, not tomorrow. Goodbye. I gotta get rid of all this. Oh, more people are coming. Delete that. Let's go. Continue. That meeting's deleted. Jesus, come on. Delete without message. Okay. This one is for. I want to make sure I don't have anything wrong on here. Okay, who's in the meeting now? Do we have more people? Oh, Jesus. Let me admit, Lisa. Oh, we're recording. All of this shit is being recorded. I hate that.
Can you restart it? Can you stop it and
Yeah, I
restart it?
can. Hey guys, how are you all doing? It is month 9, week 1. We're doing our live Zoom call. We had a little confusion with the Zoom link because we have a wonderful new assistant on Mighty Networks. I would really love you guys to all give a shout out to Abby Walker because she is really amazing at all things. Here, she's just learning. So she made a little bit of a oopsie and didn't realize the way in which to put on the Zoom event, and it didn't show up for you guys. So I was waiting and no one came. So anyhow, and then when I tried to do a Zoom link, it automatically, because it was after 7 p.m., it shot it to tomorrow. So basically, if anybody did happen to get confused, my apologies, and we just needed Abby to just get a little learning curve, but she's really, really super good at what she does, and I'm sure she will, we just give her a lot of grace. What our topic for tonight is, thanks to Lisa Morelli, is the topic of discipline. And we are going to really dive into that, what discipline really means. And I have a whole PDF made for you guys. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it a bit in this Zoom call because I want to make sure that you understand actually what discipline actually is, what it means, because there can be a lot of confusion about even the definition. So I'm just kind of going to go over it a bit, and then we'll talk about how it's going to apply to your month. The concept of having disciplines in our life, disciplines are behaviors and choices that create freedom, which is interesting because often when we think of discipline, we think about it being like stringent and kind of constricting, like the word kind of feels like when you have disciplines, military disciplines, or, it's almost gives the feel of like a tight structure. But, with structure and repeated positive, actionable steps, it creates an amazing, amazing free life. It frees your life up for so many other things that would not be there if we did not have the disciplines. The disciplines create time, which is very interesting. They seem to be something that are burdening us if we're not understanding really what they mean. So just a little background. The root word of discipline is disciple, which comes from the Latin word I don't know if I can say it correctly, but it's discipulus or something. And it means student. And most people believe a disciple, it's based in our religious upbringing, that it's a follower. And really what it is, it's a student. Even if we look into Jesus, he didn't have followers. Rabbi was it was their teacher, so they were learners. So discipline is about being a learner, being a student, and it's about studying. So the word discipline is from the Latin word disciplina, meaning instruction and training, and it is derived from the root word discere, to learn. So what disciplines are, interestingly, is that we study them and learn them, and we create them in order to choose, like the abundance of discipline instead of the neglect of discipline. Because when we neglect discipline, we are out of control of our life, and it leaves us with less choices, because without proactive steps in our life, we are reactive. We are reactive to our environment. So discipline is about creating, learning what works best for your environment, for your life, for the life that you want to create, and then putting them in place as a direction for yourself and then following them. So we listen to the instruction that we've given ourselves. It's an internal experience. So I'm going to read something to you it's in your PDF so you can read it. I'm just going to read it out loud to you. So it's a discussion point because you don't have your PDF yet. So it's so it says, so what is discipline? Discipline is to study, learn, train, and apply a system of standards for yourself. So you hear about businesses, like we systematized our business. So every single thing we do has a workflow. And it's there's systems created and processes which allow us to function very freely in logger counseling services because everybody just kind of knows what the system is, and we don't. It's just it's not an issue. You don't have to figure it out as you go along, right? You're not flying by the seat of your pants. So what is a discipline? Like I said, it's to study, learn, and apply a system of standards. Our standards they would be based in the life that we want to create, the person that we want to be, how we want to show up, what do we want our lives to be? You know, right now it's the end of December, and this is the ending of our year. So at the ending of our year, the way I look at it is that I wrap up my year. This is what I have a business coach, and we wrap up the year with kind of like an overview of everything about the year. You know, what I've learned, what were my best decisions, where do I want to grow, where did I win, where do I need to improve, just every area, and there's a lot. So then you have like an understanding of where you are, right? And then when you look forward, so I'm actually going away for a day to write out all of my goals for 2022, this week. And it's going to be in a place where there is no one, no thing, nothing, and no phone. And I'm going to create and envision my year. It's not just my year. It's logger counseling services, it's podcasts, it's all of it. It's just create it, looking forward, right? So we know where we are, and then we create forward. So we forget, as human beings, the power we have to create. And we're co-creators, I believe, with God. We are co-creators that, pretty much the sky's the limit. What a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So so in terms of these disciplines, so like when I look forward and I say, okay, this is where I'll be at this date, this is where I'm going to be at this date, this is, where I'm going to be financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, all the different areas of my life. Now the disciplines are the stepping stones to get there, right? They're the things that's the structure that creates the outcomes, right? So what isn't discipline? Discipline is not rules. It's not regulations or punishment. We hear discipline, right? It's like you think that right away. It is not compliance, obedience, or enforcement. It's not rigid, boring, or always doing the same thing. So disciplines people think are this repetitious, like boring shit. And it's just not that. It's invigorating. It's exciting. It's going to create something, and it's creating, which is so cool. It's not something that others do to you. It's not something what it is it's something that you're actually doing for yourself. It's a gift to you. It's loving yourself. So you can receive instruction or guidance from one or many sources, different people, but the source of discipline is always internal. It's always coming from you. And when you practice disciplines, you create confidence, self-esteem, self-value, self-worth. Somebody who's operating in disciplines, if you do 5 disciplines a day, your confidence level will soar. It's just incredible what happens. If you follow because you learn to trust yourself. And when you trust yourself, you have a relationship with yourself, you have everything. So Discipline is not obedience to someone else's standards. So that's the other thing. If you're thinking about, oh, I want to be this for them, I want to be this for that. No, discipline is about what disciplines am I going to create to become the me I want to be. That's our goal here, because we're about freedom. We're about creating a life that is beyond our wildest dreams, right? So it's not, so we want to, it is learning and applying intentional, that's a very important word, intentional standards to achieve meaningful outcomes in our lives. So intentional. So we're aware, we're working on, we're intending through the discipline, the action, we're intending to create something, right? It's a choice, and this is the important part. Discipline is a personal choice, and it's a choice. You know, we talk about decision, the power of decision, ladies, right? The power of decision. So a discipline is a decision, right? It's all of your decisions are disciplines, right? So it's the distinction between discipline being driven externally, right? Or an internal dynamic, a mandatory, or which the thing is, a mandatory rule or a personal choice, right? You want to remember, we're not treating ourselves with this mandatory rule. So this is another thing, like, oh, I have to do this because, you know, I have to get up at 5 a.m. because I want to, because I have to lose weight, or kind of like, it's like almost like it's not a good relationship with yourself. What you want it to be is, I'm choosing to do this. I've decided to do this for me. You know, I'm not doing this to me. This is not being done to me. This is being done by me for me, right? It's a loving relationship with ourselves. So when you understand discipline as a choice, and you understand that once that's about free will. So then you're in charge of your life. The more disciplines, the more choices you'll have in your life. And the more you're creating and controlling the outcomes of your life. The less disciplines, the more you neglect the things that will get you where you want to go, the less choices you have and the less control you have over your life. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So, were you going to say something?
No. It makes a lot of sense.
So now, like this example that's on here, I'm going to read it to you. It's just very basic. It's, I want to get up at 4:45 and work out 4:45 in the morning because, and this is just an example, you know, I have kids who usually wake up at 6 a.m., right? So I must take care of them. These are your facts. I got to get up at 6 a.m. I want to work out today. I know I have to take care of my kids. I got to make coffee and I got to get ready myself, and I have to leave the house at 7:30 to get wherever I need to go. So what are my options? This is my external experience. So what is my discipline? My discipline is I want to work out because the goal and the desire I have is that I want to have whatever. I want to be physically fit and I want to, you know, whatever. So then basically, so I want to get up at 4:45 so that I can work out, that I can be there for my children, and then I can go to work, right? So now we have the other thing is that, so if you work out before you wake up, I mean, before they wake up, right? Now that's a solution. So you work out before they wake up, and then you've practiced a discipline, giving yourself control over your day. So when your alarm goes off, you choose discipline. You get up, you work out, you take care of your children, you leave for work, and you've won. You're the first win of the day. That's very important. When we win something in the day, right, the whole day gets in line. I'm going to read to you what I wrote. I have a clear mind to focus on my next priorities, knowing my workout is done and I don't have to find the time to make it up later. I'm in control of my day. I'm in control of my life, right? So now there's a different way of experiencing the day. What if you do not choose discipline? If you neglect the discipline that you wanted, the promise that you made to yourself. There's a lot to that, because when we neglect a promise that we've made to ourselves, it affects our self-esteem. So I'm going to go back to when you did do the discipline, you showed up for yourself, you kept your promise to yourself. Once you keep your promise to yourself, it's an immediate boost of self-esteem. It's just cause and effect. You want to have confidence, keep your promises to yourself. So if you don't choose discipline, my alarm goes off, I choose default. Sleep in, take care of my kids, and leave for work. I'm mentally and emotionally disappointed in myself because I should have gotten up and worked out. My mind is searching for when I can make it up. Tonight, too busy, too late, too tired. Tomorrow, it was supposed to be my off day. You know, now I'm disappointed and distracted, right? So I'm not in control of me or my day. I'm stressed and irritated. My discipline fades even further. This is just an example. So I make impulsive eating decisions, because now, it's like, oh, I let myself down again. You may not be saying that to yourself, but that's the experience. You made a promise to yourself that was better for you, and you didn't keep it. So then, does any of this resonate with you? That's what I asked you guys on the PDF. So when we lose our personal discipline, we give control away to other people, external circumstances, people, places, and things outside of ourselves. It's like the inevitable randomness of life is in charge when we're not in charge. So if we don't know, if we don't plan, if we're not in charge of our day, I can't even tell you how strongly I feel about the importance of, Jim Rohn. He's like my lifelong love mentor, man, whatever. I want him to be my father, basically. He can't be, he's dead. But so is my real father. But anyhow, I would have preferred him to be my father. But anyhow, so Jim Rohn says that, that do not start your day until you finish your day. Do not start your week until you finish your week. Do not start your month until you finish your month. Do not start your year until you finish your year. And what he means by that is that you do not start that day until that day is planned. You do not start. So every Sunday, I plan my week. What is it? What are my priorities? What will be most important to me by next Sunday? What things, experiences, events, actions, what steps will advance me to a higher level in my life by the time I get to Sunday? So, and you look at those, and the concept about planning your week is that you never over planning. When you don't plan and you're reactive, you're doing a whole shitload of busy work. This whole to-do list, and like there's so much shit you don't have to do when you do the things that you need to do that are going to get you somewhere else. So more discipline gives us more choice. It gives us more control. It gives us better options. It gives us higher standards. It gives us improved skills, more flexibility. Less discipline gives you less choices, less control, fewer options, lower standards, inadequate skills, less flexibility. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to test this deeper understanding of discipline this week. That's what you guys are going to be doing. What it is. Like, you're going to think about what is discipline, how it works, why it works. Observe yourself throughout the day. Observe other people. So the thing, we hear Mel Robbins, she has the 5-second rule. It's like classic. We hear it all the time. But basically the 5-second rule is that the way the brain works is that when we make a decision to do something, the next period of time after that decision is made, she calls it 5 seconds, but I would say it lasts much longer than that, but it's for the purposes of her theme in her book. She says 5 seconds, but it's so if we say, okay, I'm going to get up now and work out. The second you say that decision, you intend to do something, your brain will immediately give you the reasons why not to. So she says 5 seconds. So over those next 5 seconds, your brain is going to be saying, stay in bed. Our brain is designed to keep us safe. So like, it's one of the things it does. So it's, it's going, when we're in one spot, it likes us to stay there so that like the tiger doesn't eat us, So you want to be able to say her concept, and it's a cool one. It's like a rocket taking off, that when you decide, you never hit the Zoom button, by the way, fucking ever. Don't ever do it. It's like law. I don't even have an alarm clock. I don't even set an alarm ever. So ever. So, and I will not hit a Zoom, because to me, it's like, you might as well chop your hand off if you're going to do that shit. Like, don't hit the Zoom. Because basically it's a communication to your life that you don't want to go. You don't want to do that thing. Say it again.
It's called snooze. It's a snooze button, not Zoom button.
Did I call it Zoom?
Yeah.
So is it a Zoom button?
Yeah, that probably Zoom. Yeah. Snooze.
I must be so like filled with the whole Zoom thing from tonight.
I saw Lisa wanted to say it.
Okay. All right. So listen, when you're going to get up, you got to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up, go. Because I'll tell you about the Zoom. So now I said Zoom again. That's like the thing with like the thing with the toaster and that thing when you get somebody to say something over and over again, then they say it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what it is. You know, your kids do that with you. Doesn't matter. But anyhow, so the snooze button, that's so weird. The snooze button is, what it does is when you wake up, if you go back and you hit the snooze button, you go back into the rhythm of sleep again, which then you will enter into, you're disrupting your sleep cycle again, which is really makes you more tired. And it's really kind of messes with the way that you feel. And it also is a communication to yourself that this day is not exciting. This is not a day I want to face. This is not, there's a message, because we're not tired on a day that we're excited to get up. If we have something we're really looking forward to, we're not tired. Christmas when you're kids, I don't know. I wasn't that excited when I was a kid. I had a shitty Christmas every year, but that's another story. But anyhow, I'm like, what? People are excited at Christmas? What the fuck for? What's good about that? There's nothing to do. Everybody else is doing other shit. But anyhow, so I have a totally different perspective on Christmas. I like it now. Okay, so basically, I know Lisa's dying to talk about the snooze button. We'll talk about it.
No, how do you get up? I'm okay with no snooze, but if you don't have an alarm clock, how do you wake up?
I tell myself to.
Like your body just wakes you up.
Yeah.
I get
so
that.
I'll say I'm getting up at 5, or I'm getting up at 6, and I get up.
Your body just wakes you up.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't use an alarm clock. If I have to get up at like 3 a.m. to go like on a flight or something, I'll set an alarm.
Okay.
But, yeah, not if it's like, every day. I've never set an alarm ever. No.
And if you're waking up at like 4:45, 5 o'clock, what time are you going to bed?
It depends. Lately I've been going to bed later than I want to, so I'm always in bed before 11. But like last night I went to bed at 12, which is unusual. But yeah, I kind of have like a thing where I'm always in bed before 11. Yeah. So asleep. And then, like I have to, if you think about disciplines, like what disciplines do you have? So I actually should have this on this PDF, like to list the disciplines you have. So I'm going to tell everybody here, who's listening to this, I'd love for you to just write down whatever disciplines you do have, because we do have disciplines. You'd be surprised, like that you don't even realize you have. So like you may have a discipline where every morning you get up and the first thing you do is you go to the bathroom, and then maybe you walk and I don't know, make a cup of coffee, let your dog out, whatever. There are things that we just do, and they could be habits, that repeated actions that we do. But disciplines are something that they're kind of like directives. They're something that we're intentionally doing to create something, I think. So the weekly kind of reflection is, what discipline or disciplines did I master or neglect today? And how did that feel? And what is my decision that I'm making for tomorrow? So to explain that, like if you ladies here tonight, what decision are you making for tomorrow? And that in part would be based on where you want to be at the end of your day. And even a greater thing to do, and this is kind of like I'm kind of pulling back a little bit and saying to you guys, okay, write out a list of, I'm trying to think how I would put this, because let's go over the next 3 months, because I'm thinking end of year and then 22 goals. So let's say in the first quarter of the new year, so that would be by March, where would you want to be? Where will you be physically? It could be emotionally. Let me look at I have a really cool list here. Let me just look at it for a second. Hold on. This is the areas that I am making my goals for. Physical health goals, and then personal life. That could be your relationship. Like, where do you want to be in March of 22 in your relationship? It could be your friendships. That's one aspect, or it could be your marriage, or a partner or a relationship that you're in, or want to be in. Then your business or your work. Where do you want to be? First quarter. Your family. Where do you want to be? Your friends. Your spiritual life. Where do you want to be? Your mental health. Where would you like to be? That would be like your emotional state or your state of being. Your finances, right? Each of those areas. I want to see if I have another one I'm doing now. So then those are the areas that you want to create a vision for, right? So everybody who's watching this Zoom, I want you to consider just thinking about where you want to be over the next 3 months. So there's going to be other people probably listening to this stuff that's starting at different times. So I don't want you to think in terms of the month, but think in terms of over the next quarter, the next 3 months, where would I want to be? And then the question is, given that, what discipline or disciplines what decision am I making within that for tomorrow? So if you know that for your physical health, that I have a discipline where I work out every day, right? So, and it could be, an active rest day, but it's mostly that I work out every day. So basically that's a discipline I have. And the outcome that I want is that I want to live a very, very fit lifestyle. I want to have a fit body at all times. I like the way it feels. I like everything about it. There's not one damn thing I don't like about it. I like it. So because I like it, it's valuable to me. So it's a priority for me. Every day it's prioritized. There are things that at times will have to bump it, but that's the majority of my life. That is not it. So a promise that I would be making to myself tomorrow, and I know already what my workout is, and I know where I'm going, and I know what time I'm going, and at night my bag is packed. You know what I mean? I have a plan, and the more you do it, it becomes a habit, right? So then at the end of the day, your reflection is, did I keep my promise to myself? So to me, like, maybe on this, if I was doing this, if I were you, I may not focus on the workout part, because that's something that I do. It's become like, it's a part of me now. So disciplines become a part of you until you no longer need them to be in that way, and you can shift them, right, to be something else, but they can be changed. This is all about you and what you really want. So like, let's say you really want a deep connection with, let's say, your spouse. Like, that's really what you want. Or you want to really develop a relationship with one of your friendships, one of your friends. Let's say you want it to be more connected. So then a discipline might be that you're going to send a handwritten note to the friend, or you're going to reach out and have a 5-minute conversation when you take your lunch at work at 12 o'clock. You're going to give that person a call and just check in, because you want to create a repeated discipline in that relationship, that you build something. You know, I consciously did that with my children. People have relationships with their kids, forever. You're around them all the time. It just feels like you have a relationship. There's a very big difference between an intentional relationship and a relationship. So you can be intentional about your marriage, or you can just go through the motions of your marriage that you do all the time. Most people just do that. But if you make a decision to be intentional about your marriage, you will build into your marriage every single day, because you intentionally look the person in the eye. You intentionally communicate, you look really hot today. Holy fuck, you look good today, right? Like that is like, I did that to my husband all the time. Like, oh, look at fucking you hot. Right? Like it's just, because that you want to infuse energy into your marriage. You want to infuse energy into your relationships. So it's like, even when you don't feel like listening to your child chatter for 45 minutes about something that is so annoying, you shift and you say, you know what? I want to know this. Not, wow, this is annoying. Like I am creating a discipline to understand. I want to know this. I want to get you. So you're putting in the time. So I will sometimes say in my mind, like when I'm dying to like walk away, because let's be real. We want to walk away sometimes. I want to walk away from a lot of people a lot of the time. I'm being honest. But I will say to myself, no, stop, stay, and be here. Hold this space for a few minutes, because if you're walking away for 30 minutes while you're talking to somebody, or if you intentionally infuse 5 minutes into a person, you have much more time, because you've created something and you've connected with them and you've heard them, and there's this feeling of satisfaction between the two of you, and you don't have to spend 30 minutes getting away. Does that make sense? You understand that? So that's my point about discipline. It requires less, it's more concise, it's more, structured. So when you keep your promise to yourself, this is the question: did I keep my promise to myself today? How does that feel? Whether you did or didn't. Because when we don't, you feel it. We learn to ignore that, say, oh, it doesn't matter, blah, blah. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. If you really ask yourself the question, you don't like the way it feels. Because if you compared it to when you do show up for yourself, it feels damn good. And then what decision am I making tomorrow? You want to know, what am I mastering? What disciplines am I mastering? So in this thing, so this is your reflection, but I want you guys to be thinking about where you want to be in all those areas. Then I want you to ask yourself this question. I know I want to be here in this area. So what discipline would take me there? Because the big thing is that I know that everybody, actually, I want to change the PDF now. I'm thinking about, I want to do something bigger than that. So basically, I know that every single one of us, you can think of one thing that if you did every day for 5 minutes, anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes, every day for this entire month, if you did that your life would be different. That's a fact. Every one of us knows something that if you did that you would move and change the course of something, a friendship, a relationship, your physical health, your finances. You did one thing every day. So that's the question. So I'm going to ask you guys that question. And you can ask me any questions you want now. Q&A time, ladies.
All right, Tammy, you go first.
Oh, really, Lisa? Okay. Yeah, it definitely makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to be really honest. I've been saying I'm going to work out and start using weights for about 3 months. Ask me how many times I've done it since then.
I don't think I have to.
Times.
0. Every day I say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to just use 5 minutes. How hard is 5 minutes?
Well, clearly somehow it feels hard to you. Or it feels there's a resistance, right? So
I used to work out like 5-6 days a week at my health club. And then when I was with Perry, I was always back and forth, and it was just never consistent. And now I'm like, okay, I should join a gym because I really love going to the gym. I can do it at the house, but I do better at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, oh, if I join the gym, I'm not even going to be around half the time, and then it's a waste of money. But I think half the time going and using the money and actually going is worth way more. I wrote it down again today. I'm like, I'm going to.
What would you spend your money on? Donut at Starbucks?
Probably.
I don't know. What the
No,
I'm just
I
kidding.
actually don't spend money on stuff because being a single mom, I learned to be really careful with my money. So no, I don't like throw my money away. That's for sure.
I shouldn't have put that on there. I was just making a dumb joke.
No,
Okay,
no, that's
so
okay. No.
tell me, so this is something that you want.
I really want, like, I have 8 pounds that I need to lose.
So let's think about it. It's something you really, really want. And there's something that's happening that you're not showing up for that, right? Do you know what?
I'm being lazy. And I think I'm probably depressed still a little bit. And you know what? I know if I work out, I won't be depressed. I know this. Okay. I know when I go to the gym and I work out, I feel amazing when I walk out.
Yep.
I do. It's like I'm sabotaging.
I think we all do that though. I mean, we resist. I feel like discipline, we resist what is going to help us. That's what I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Well, we resist, yes, but what is it? So think about it for you. Now, if this is like a really weird, very quick concept that will change your entire life very, very quickly, if you just basically say, it's not like there's no other option that you're going to do it. So to me, do it now when you hang up the phone. To me, there's no conversation to be had, whether it's a yes or a no. You know the answer, right? You know what the answer is. You know that you want it, and you know that it's best for you, right?
Absolutely.
Well, people want things their entire life, and they go to their grave wanting them. That's it. So, and it's also a change in semantics. I had a client that all the time would say, I want to buy a house. It's stop saying it. When you say to me, I want to buy a house, Allison, I want you to say, I'm buying a house, Allison. Decide to. And the decisions are never based on, you never think of how. Ever. I mean, that is it's like, did you know that?
Nope. Didn't know that.
Very important concept. If you listen to the greats, if you listen to anyone who's achieved success, and there's books written about it. There's a book written, Ready, Fire, Aim. That's what it's called. Ready, Fire, Aim, instead of Ready, Aim, Fire. And basically the concept, and it's my business coach, same thing. He said, I want the goals. I don't even think of the house. Never think of the house. The goal and the decision needs to be locked in first. I've decided that. Now the house are no option. It's you burn your ships. So you know the story of the I don't know who or when or what, but I know that it's a great story. It's in Think and Grow Rich, where this, army of men in, those old ships went to an island that they needed to conquer, and they went there, and there was a very little chance for them to win, this war, this battle, and they all jumped the ship, the rowing ship, like the old ship, and they jumped it to get to the island, and the captain blew up the ship, and he jumped off and blew up the ship. And basically it was do or die. You're either going to accomplish this or you're going to die doing it. Now, that's an extreme example of, I tell you about my my favorite quote is, I lay hold of my vision, obstacles must give way. To me, there's no option. If I make a decision about something, I'm staying with it till it's done. And the obstacles mean nothing. They really don't. You know, because when we're embedded in logic and reality, we're embedded in something that's not actually even that real. Which I'm not going to get into that because it's like a whole quantum physics shit. But because really what's real in our 3D world is not really the greatest reality that there is. But okay. So, but anyhow, it's not. I mean, science proves it. So any information we're getting through our five senses is dumbed down to create matter, which is all these physical things that we have, which is matter, particle is much more, it's much less than wave, which is sound waves, the spiritual aspect of life, energy, all of that is more real than this is a slowed down expression of energy, the matter that we deal with.
Interesting.
So we're in a very limited world, super limited. So, and we think we're like superior to the unseen. It's actually comical. So, yeah, it's actually like so dumb. But anyhow, so back to what we were saying. So let's talk about the disciplines that you guys, let's say one thing, see what time it is, one thing that you know if you did every day would change one area of your life that's important to you. And what is that?
Oh, I went, Lisa. Your turn.
If I was in bed by 9:30 and had my time to relax and be asleep by 10:30, so then I could wake up I can get up at 5, no problem. I mean, I love that. Lately I haven't been because I'm going to bed too late. So for me, and it's like, this was the question I had for you, Alice, and it's like Groundhog Day, where every night I want to, be in bed by 9:30 and have my, time to myself. And then there it is, 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I'm still trying to finish up the day, do what needs to be done. And then I go to bed disappointed. And it's like, and I know you've said this before, and I agree that it builds confidence when we set our goals and then achieve them. But, I know you 15 years, Allison, and I'm still the same. I'm either exactly on time or 10 minutes late. That's like the story of my life, no matter what. And I get so mad at myself. So it's like just like you said, Tammy, it's like, every day. No, I'm not going to be running out the door to get to work for 8 o'clock. And I work 5 minutes away. It's so sad. But so that's like, I want that discipline. I want to just, like you said, be leisurely, walk out the door at 7:30 and not be rushing.
Okay, that's so good. So let's think about it. So you guys are describing stuff you really, really want. And are you willing to give it to you? Are you willing to prioritize that above everything else? That no matter what, you're doing it. So there's so many other factors that come into play when we make a decision for ourselves. Like having a family, one of those factors would be that, hey mom, could you just? No, honey, I'm gonna be going into bed now.
Right.
Yeah. So, and during that 9:30 time, what is it that you want to do during that time?
I have like this new routine and I love it.
What is
I
it?
crochet, and that brings me joy, and I listen to a book, and that just makes me so happy.
Okay. So you're going to do that every night this month of December, right?
I like that. And then here it is, like there's Christmas but you know what? If I'm in bed by 10 and I'm up at 4:45, to me, that's the other discipline. I've committed to myself to work out 3 days a week, to go running.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always working out. And even if it's just 15 minutes, like, I'm content, I'm happy to, that's enough for me. I'd love it to be a half hour, but that doesn't always work out. So now I can be up at 5, but I have to see if I feel comfortable running outside at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you may not want to do that in the dark. I don't know, but I'm not telling you what to do.
No, I know. No, I know.
Yeah. But let's think about the discipline aspect of it. So if you listen to your words, like you just described, and your face lit up. So it's like this funny thing. It's, it's choose your hard. It's your choice. Do you want to experience the hard of not doing it, or you want to experience the hard of doing it? So the hard of doing it. So to me, it's the risk of not doing it is a lifetime of not having the things that you want in your life and creating a life. Because when we have disciplines, we're building our lives, and when we have neglects of those disciplines, we're also building our life, and we're actually surrendering the outcomes of our life to circumstance. So, being blown about by every wind, if you guys know what I mean. So basically it's like, okay, so are you going to set your sail for the direction you want to go in, or are you going to just leave your sail loose for, whatever wind comes or doesn't? And that will determine where you end up in your life. That's your decision. So it's like, so to me, if I knew that no matter what, and when I tell you, I am not kidding around, no matter fudging what, I'm going to be in that bed at 9:30. If there's shit on the floor and, somebody's crying, I'm walking right past them. I'm getting into my bed at 9:30.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not kidding.
You're not codependent at all.
I know. I want that.
You should be the poster child of not codependent. That's wonderful. You're talking to two codependent people here.
No, I mean, but the truth is, it's a created intentional choice, and what that ends up happening, like, people know that when I say yes, I mean it. Literally, so now, but because I'm planning my day, there's most likely not going to be shit on the floor and somebody crying. I mean that's probably not going to be happening. But if it did, so the thing is this. So, like, let's say it's not. So let's say, to me, what I would do in that situation is I'd set my alarm for 20 after 9. And then I would use 10 minutes. That would create a discipline for 10 minutes before that, or 9:15. That for that 15 minutes, I'm closing up my evening.
Mm-hmm.
That's the discipline. It's planning. I'm planning because I'm covering myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna suddenly just drop everything. So if you're going to bed at 9:30, so for me, 9:15, if there's shit on the floor, I'm gonna pick it up. Or at 9:15, I'm gonna make sure I let my dogs out because I know I'm gonna be in bed, right? So, you're prepared for yourself. You take care of you, right? What do you think?
I love it. And this, like, I do this in my head. I'll say, I feel like I need to work backwards. So, like, right after school, like right when I come home from school, I need to be like preparing snacks for the next day, preparing my shake for the next day, because that's 100%. What happens. It's 10:30 and I'm still, no, I need to do this. So that's in my head. I know that's what I need to do, but I don't do it.
No, but listen, if you create a discipline, so did you hear what just happened? You created a discipline for 9:30 to get in your bed. So in order to have that discipline, it creates more disciplines. So for me, if I know I'm going to the gym every morning, right, I'm leaving at the particular time, then my other discipline is at night before I go to bed, I make sure that my gym bag has everything in it, and my change of clothes for work is in there. Everything's set, So that's so that you end up adding disciplines to create a life. So you plan your life so your life doesn't plan you.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So what is
Can
it?
I
What is
share-
it that somebody just said to me? You better fudge. I can't remember it. I'm actually gonna text this dude, Mike, and ask him what it was, so I can tell you guys. I'm gonna okay. So keep talking because
if can
you
I
guys
share?
have to know this.
I
What
just I'd love
was
to
it?
share something.
Yeah, do it. I gotta ask this guy
Um,
something.
so when you talk about goals for, like goals for next year, um, I've had this desire, as a speech pathologist, I have this wonderful job in a Catholic school and I work through an agency, but one of my personal goals is to work in a school district. For many, for the financial benefits or just to the experience.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I would be a blessing in a school district.
Okay.
And, it's hard to get a job as in a school district.
Well, keep
But
telling
2
yourself
years
that.
ago,
Hey,
what was that?
I'm stopping you. Keep telling
Okay,
yourself that.
there you go.
Never
Right.
again, as long as you live, until the day you freaking die, say those words again.
Oh,
It's hard to get a job in a school district. Delivered.
That's it. Okay.
How about I'm getting a job in a school district?
Right. So, and then God gave me this, he gave me this gift 2 years ago. I was at a workshop and there were several speech pathologists there, and a speech pathologist, I was talking to one of them and she said, oh, they made a mistake. They put your name on my school district badge. So it says Lisa Morelli Middle Country School District.
Perfect.
So I still have the badge
Yep.
because it's my vision. Like, Lord,
Yes.
I know you.
Yes. Yes.
Like, he gave that to me, and I want the confidence and the discipline to just, like you said, I lay hold of my vision, obstacles give way.
You don't wait for your confidence for that. You communicate that with a lack of confidence. You say, I'm so grateful. I love that I'm getting this job. And you create the emotion because you're in charge of your body. And when you create and generate energy inside of your body, because you're able to do that, people don't know, they don't think of it, but I can generate an emotion if I want to. Just like a television show can generate an emotion in us, right? So you make up a story in your mind. You picture yourself being offered a position and you start to feel the feeling and you live in the feeling and you create it and you think about it and you meditate on it and you become it. And guess what? It becomes you.
Love it.
It's real.
Love it.
That really happens. I do it all the time and it works. It's like true. We have power we don't know we have. Why do we have so much unbelievable creative imagination inside of us? Because we're creative beings, right? So we're not going to think about I want this discipline. When we want something, it's separate from us and we're in a state of lack.
I love that.
We
Okay.
don't live in a state of lack. I
No.
have that. I've decided that. I own that. I wait. So when someone wants to quit smoking and they did a study where they have one person, they ask one person who is quitting, they're both want to quit smoking. They ask one person, they offer them a cigarette and that person says, no, I'm trying to quit. And the other person says, no, I don't smoke. The person who says, no, I don't smoke is exponentially more successful at quitting than the person who says, I'm trying to quit. So I really want to get to the gym. No, I work out every day. I work out. I'm a lifter. I'm a badass bitch in the gym.
All right. Tell me what to say to myself to have the relationship that I want.
The relationship that you want.
Yeah, tell me what I need to start.
You have to become the person that you want to be in a relationship with.
Okay.
So, and you don't meditate on all the things that you didn't have or would have wanted in reaction to what you didn't have. So it's, if you want someone who is confident and present and available and affectionate and loving, but not needy and blah, 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 you be that. And you'll call it to you. You command, you command in your mind, everywhere I go, everything I do. High level, high level, confident, giving, loyal men see me and want me.
Oh, I love
The
that.
only man who's interested in me is a man who is what every other woman would dream of having. You know, to me, the only option for me ever is somebody who's basically obsessed with me. Couldn't even love me more than fuck it. Or they can't have me. It's not even an option.
Gosh, she's so good, Alice.
No, I mean, well, why not? Why not?
Okay,
Not
I'm going to
weirdly
tell.
obsessed. Not weird. Not weird. You know, independent, able to take care of themselves.
Not
you know.
weirdly.
But, you know,
I am a jealous person, and I really
you'll-
want to stop that.
well, because you want to think about also being a jealous person. So you want to stop that. So basically, what you want to be is somebody who's confident, who understands that there is no, like, it's one of the things my son says, you know, and his wife, like, you know, there is no way that you can kill me that matters.
I don't understand that.
There is it is not, oh wait, no, it is not possible to kill me in any way that matters. So basically, you can do anything to me and it won't matter. Like, you know, there's no
like
way,
not to be
there's
specific.
any way that you could kill me. You know, there's no way that you could kill me that would matter.
So that meaning like you know they're
You have
not
no
sensitive.
power over me.
That's
Zero.
it.
Even if you
Right.
kill me, you know,
Oh,
right? So like, you know, so okay, so you took my body. Does that matter? Okay. There's no way. There's nothing you can do to me. So basically, so the thing is that, so in that situation, men have to lose their power. So basically, there's this, and also that has to do with insecurity. So so basically, God, the universe, whatever, you know, I say God, but you know, we will not receive anything that we do not believe we're worth. So you have to raise your standard of worth. So it's really, you're going to, the reason that you say the things you say inside of your mind, it's deciding to be a woman who attracts only great things. You know, like I have on my arm, you know, it says surely goodness, right? So I have that written there on purpose. It's a tattoo I have, right? It says surely good. How do you
can't
get it
see
on
it.
there? Yeah. So it's on there somewhere.
yeah.
Basically, it says here, whatever, it says surely goodness. And basically, surely goodness means that my daughter's calling me to pick her up while I'm on a Zoom call. So basically, I'll actually do it. Gracie, can you hear me? Hi. I'll be there. I'm actually on a Zoom call and you're being recorded right now. I'll call you back in a minute.
Hi.
Well, you could see if he's available. Otherwise, otherwise I'll be there in a few minutes.
Okay. Well, I don't want to make you leave your call again.
It's okay. You can't kill me in any way that matters. All right, goodbye. All right. So basically, what was I saying?
Confidence and looking at yourself in a
Yeah. So
stronger,
basically,
better light.
yeah. So basically, if you believe. So to me, being jealous means that you believe that the type of man that would come to you would be a man that would be doing things or creating things that are jealous, that would create jealousy, or that somehow, you know, your security is based on their behavior. And it's not. Somebody cheats on you, you leave them. Bam. Done.
Okay, I'm going to ask another really quick question. I know you got to go. Is it true that if a man that I'm involved with is looking at pornography, that should not affect me?
Absolutely not. Pornography is a very unhealthy behavior. That is, and that doesn't have to do with morality. It does to me, but it doesn't. It basically it hurts a normal sexual life, and it is their sexual interaction is primarily in the brain. Even though it's a physical interaction with bodies touching, it's a brain activity, and the brain activity is including another female or whatever, whoever's in the porn. It's including another human being in that, and to me, there is absolutely no reason ever on earth to ever be with a man who's looking at pornography, because they're cheating on you. That's what I think.
Okay. I'm good. Thank you.
You want
I
to,
appreciate
what are
it.
you? Are you upset by that?
No, it makes me feel like I'm not crazy,
No, you're
because
not
I
crazy.
have somebody telling me that, and it wasn't when we were together. It was when they're on the road away from me, and said, well, I do this because if I didn't do this, then I would maybe cheat on you. And I'm like, and it wasn't like I want to be with that person. It is the action of the physical part that I'm looking at, that, and then, yeah. But no, I appreciate it, because I've
Okay,
struggled
so
with it.
listen, so basically what the communication is that when we're separate, when we're separated, I use visual images of other women to have an isolated sexual experience with myself that doesn't include you. Because if I didn't do that, I would have an interactive experience with another woman that would not include you, because I'm separated from you. That's what he's saying. So does that sound like somebody you would want to be with?
Never.
That
No.
sounds like somebody I would never, ever, ever even consider in any way. Just that one thing is enough.
Yeah.
So basically the answer to that is, okay, have at it. And you know what? You probably should go be with another woman, because, that it's not an option, right? So, I mean, right?
Thank you.
And it has nothing. See, this is the thing. That has nothing to do with you. Nothing. That's someone else's limitation, and like, and it, and really, honestly, I honestly just, I mean, God, we're being recorded, but I have to be honest with you. I think there is nothing wrong whatsoever with a man wanting to and having sex every day, and a woman too, if they want to. So if he wants to have sex every day, I totally understand why he would feel that way. That makes sense to me. That's not something wrong. So to me, there's nothing he's doing wrong in wanting that. It's the way he's managing it. So, for example, so suppose to me, like if you were together or whatever, and so if he wanted to have sex with you while he was away, he could do that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Right.
Make your own porn. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry, not sorry. But I mean,
I agree. I totally agree.
So there's nothing to discuss, really. It's very like, it's kind of immature. Now, I have somebody else calling.
Yeah, because you got to go.
It's okay. It's actually funny. It's Caleb. Hi, Caleb. How are you? I'm on a Zoom call. And you're being recorded right now. What, love? Bye, hon. Okay. So, what's so funny? That he said bye? What?
Yeah, exactly. That I said bye.
I mean,
Like,
I would
bye.
too. like, would you want to be recorded? Okay, so, all right, so we're going to end, and I'm going to, I haven't need a little time, so I have to shut this off. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say goodbye. So what I want you guys to do is, I want you to, what's your discipline for what are you doing what's your promise to yourself for tomorrow?
My
What time is it?
promise
You're
to
going to be in bed
myself.
by 9:30, Lisa?
What time is
good.
it?
It's 8:40.
Yes, I will be in bed by 9:30. Yes.
Okay, so
And tomorrow I'm going to the health club.
You're going to do the discipline to make sure that you're in bed by 9:30.
Yes.
Not 9:31.
Wow.
Be in your room next to your bed in your pajamas and brushed up.
I have them on.
Good. And by 9:25.
Okay. I like that idea. All right.
No, I mean, because you want to, yes.
Yes. So, you know how you talked about meditate on this or I know you've talked about meditation. I'm just planting the seed for at some point you could guide us a little more, or I haven't quite found a meditation that works for me. I know it's a discipline that I want, but I'm just planting that seed. for
It
future.
is the most life-changing experience you'll ever have.
I know you've talked
It'll
about
change
that,
you
and
forever. It's really it's like water for a plant, air to breathe, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah. So
Yeah.
That's
So yeah, because it just grounds every part of your body and it's in every way. It's amazing. So okay, so what will you be doing, Tammy?
Well, tomorrow I am going to do weight training for sure I'm going to say 15 minutes. I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to go to a gym and try to
What time?
figure out which one I want to join.
What
What time will I do the weights? I
Yep.
will do the weights at 8 o'clock because I play pickleball from like 9 to 12. So I do work out, but I want to do weights.
Okay, so you're gonna go from and do you have and I would have us write down 3 sets of what you're gonna do.
That's a great idea.
Do
before
that
I go to
tonight.
bed.
Do you have where are your weights?
Thank you.
Where
Allison,
are
real
they?
quick, when you do your PDFs
Mm-hmm.
and you have them all pretty and lots of color, like I print them out and it's just like takes up so much ink and paper. I don't know if you can, if you want to keep making them pretty and beautiful, that's
I don't
fine.
do that. Abby does that.
Okay.
So
Okay, because it's just a lot. I don't know if anybody else prints them, but I like to print them so I can write on them.
yeah, I would
And it's
too,
okay if you don't. It's just something I wanted to bring.
I could I actually have the actual original one that I just write and then she changes into that. So like if this is what you'd have to do really, because this will be your discipline. You have to
Okay.
text me. I'll give you my number. You text me and say, Allison, send me the PDF. And I'll
Okay.
send it to you. I'll
Okay.
text it to you.
Okay.
I'll actually do it right now. But this
Okay.
right here, this PDF is, I actually was thinking of, you know what? I was thinking of, now that we had this whole discussion, I was thinking of changing it. But okay, I'm going to share this with you right now.
Okay.
What's your,
847.
wait, hold on. I made a mistake. Okay.
847
Mhm.
373 7966.
and that's being recorded.
I know.
Holy shit.
And everybody else in the world have it. It's okay. I think I trust everybody in the group. If they want to call me or text me, they can.
All right. It's just going to be a woman's group anyhow.
Yeah.
I'm just going to share it with a few close friends. That's all.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to hang up. All right, guys. I love
Love you. Thank
All right.
you.
It was so
Nice
nice
to
to have
meet
you
you,
guys.
Bye.
All right.
Bye,
Bye,
Tammy.
love.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Discipline.